Welcome. David Wiz here, registered dietitian, founder of Nutrition and Recovery. Today we're going to talk about alcoholic liver disease. All right, so we've learned a lot about alcoholic liver disease in the last few years since we've learned so much about the microbiome. We know that alcohol affects the microbiome and causes dysbiosis in humans. That's a state where the microbes that live in the gastrointestinal tract are imbalanced, favoring pathogenic bacteria. Dysbiosis can cause the tight junction of the intestinal barrier to be disrupted, which can cause this bacteria to get into portal circulation and then reach the liver. There is a bidirectional communication between liver and the gut, and this diagram shows that through the intestine, bile acids, microbial products, bacteria, other nutrients can pass through the portal vein to the liver. The liver talks back to the intestine by blood supply as well as through the bile duct. So bile acids are a communication from the liver back to the gut. We know that people with dysbiosis that have alcoholism have higher intestinal permeability, and those that do not have actually less depression, less craving, and less anxiety. So it's important to realize that this is new. However, a lot's going to be revealed in upcoming years. You can see here that the dysbiosis, as seen at the bottom of the graph, causes leakage of different metabolites, LPS, short-chain fatty acids, and these things all enter the bloodstream, and then they reach the liver, which causes inflammation. I think this is my favorite diagram. It shows that the dysbiosis activates the inflammation. The inflammation actually causes the disruption of the tight junction, and then little particles leak through to the blood, through the portal vein to the liver, and those microbial products activate the inflammatory process, and the inflammatory process leads to alcoholic liver disease. We once thought it was the ethanol that caused alcoholic liver disease, and now we know it's all of the microbial products and other things in the blood which reach the liver that shouldn't be there. So we're approaching a point at which our understanding of inflammation in alcoholic liver disease will change. And so we're starting to really see what these mechanisms are. It's possible that by changing intestinal microbiota, we can improve the status of the liver. And so perhaps diet will be a big key in alcoholic liver disease treatment. We know that both prebiotics and probiotics are helpful. We have some emerging evidence that fecal transplants can be helpful. I do think that this is likely to be an intervention for alcoholic liver disease at some point in the future. So in addition to prebiotics, probiotics, and fecal transplants, there is some evidence that polyphenols can be helpful. EGCG is a compound found in green tea that improves the status of the gut regarding microbiome, and it actually interacts with fiber. So polyphenols and fiber together help improve microbiota. In one study, it was shown that those patients that had alcoholic hepatitis got 7 days of a probiotic and had a significant restoration of their bowel flora. So the Western diet is the problem. It's low in fiber, it's high in sugar, and high in artificial sweeteners, high in omega-6. The solution is just the opposite. It's a diet that's high in fiber, lower in sugar, no artificial sweeteners, and has much more omega-3s compared to omega-6. To summarize, recovery from alcoholic use disorders does require a targeted amount of protein. 1.2 to 1.5 is what the data shows. We do need typically multivitamins, B vitamins, etc. Most alcoholic patients have a need for additional D3 as well as omega-3. And then as we've seen here, certainly a probiotic should be considered. We need to know about which supplements are best for absorption. There is some data to suggest zinc might be helpful, SAM, other supplements to support liver function if there's specific strains of probiotic bacteria that are better than others. and how nutrition should differ based on the presence or progression of liver disease. We also need to know more about the link between alcoholism and the insulin leptin ghrelin response. This is new stuff and exciting, and we're over here following along, and I hope you are too. If you have questions or comments, never hesitate to reach out.